Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome back to the Battle for Wesnoth campaign, Heir to the Throne. In our last episode, we wrapped up scenario number 7, which involved us arriving at the crossroads and having to battle our way through Orcish forces and Orcish ambushes. Now, thankfully, we were able to make it through the scenario with basically most of our forces intact, and we did get some nice experience and some level ups for some of our units. So you can see here Konrad is now a level 2 commander, which is great. We really needed to get some experience for him. And then we also have a number of our other units here, so we now have ourselves a paladin, which is going to come in handy. And we have a few other units that are very close to leveling up, like some of our fighters here. Also, our mage, that is our loyal mage that we had acquired a number of scenarios back, is right on the cusp. And of course, our white mage that has the special sword attack is also about to level up. We were very close to getting him all the way promoted, but not quite. But in any case, we wrapped up the scenario, we made it through the crossroads, and we're going to proceed to the next scenario by continuing to the northeast. But before we jump in, I did just want to give a couple of quick shout outs to a few individuals who left some excellent comments on the previous episode. The first of those comments is from Oni Rusinen. Oni pointed out that it was really good to get Konrad to level 2. And again, I couldn't agree more. In fact, it was Oni's comment on part 1 of Scenario 7 that had actually, really led me to kind of remember to focus on getting Konrad additional experience, because that's going to come in handy later on, and also make it a little harder to snipe Konrad out of the base, as almost happened in Scenario 7. So I really appreciate Oni's feedback and advice on that one. And also just kind of an overall, sort of well done from Oni, which I appreciate, because I am pretty happy with how things turned out. The next comment here is from Halil Kea. Now, Halil pointed out that I should always remember that as much as it's good to focus on my my level 2 units and trying to get them up to level 3, that I shouldn't forget about trying to promote my level 1 units, because obviously there is a lot of value in getting units from level 1 to level 2. That's usually a big boost in their kind of fighting capability. And in fact, we did have that happen here with this Elvish hero, where we got one of our warriors promoted, one of our Elvish fighters, promoted into a hero. And obviously that really boosts their damage potential and also their survivability. So I appreciate Halil pointing this out, especially also mentioning that I do have a number of units now that are level 1s that are close to leveling up. So we have an archer down here, our loyal one. And again, as I mentioned, these fighters. So just a good reminder there to not forget about the level 1 units. All right, so let's proceed to scenario number, I guess it's number 8 now, and see what happens next. But one of the orcs survived long enough to send the news to the queen. And she sent her most able commander. Princess of Wesnoth. On the road to Knalga, the party was opposed by the forces of Ashavir. The queen has sent me to stop you, impostor. That's the princess, Lissar, the daughter of the queen and her successor. I'm no impostor. It seems that your mother has lied to you. This is treason. Your lies will perish with you. There is no use in reasoning. She will understand only one thing. To arms. All right, here we are. Scenario number 8. The Princess of Wesnoth. So our victory. Force Lissar's surrender. So we have to reduce her hit points to 0 or lower. And our defeat conditions are the death of Konrad, the death of Delphidor, the death of Kalins, or if our turns run out and we have 25 turns left. We're going to have our gold carryover with an early finish bonus and 40% of gold being carried over to the next scenario. So this is interesting. We finally met the queen's daughter, Lissar, and so it'll be interesting to see how this kind of works itself out, given that we have a rightful claim to the throne, being the nephew of the murdered king, but obviously so does Lissar, as she is the daughter of the queen. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how this all works out. But it sounds like we really don't want to kill her. We just want to force her to surrender. But we're going to have to basically kill her to get her to surrender by reducing her hit points to 0. So let's take a look at the map here and see what we can see. So we've got villages to the south that are going to definitely be worth gathering just for the experience boost. I'm seeing this river that runs along through. Now we have Elmar's Crossing and Elbridge. Everything kind of to the I guess to the east of the river is owned by Lasar and her forces. So we are going to have to try and figure out how best to kind of go about this. So I'm thinking we want to send at least a few scouts, kind of some to the north, some to the south, to capture these villages. We could even send a merfolk unit maybe down this way to grab these villages along the water. Although really, I don't think the merfolk are going to come in handy in this battle all that much. Although we might have some use in having them along the water here to fight as units come closer to the bridge. So maybe we will recruit one merfolk here. So let's do that, perhaps. We have 254 gold. We have to be careful. We're currently running a negative amount of gold income, but we'll remedy that here shortly with our movement, I think. So why don't we go like this with Kalins, who got some good experience last episode, or last scenario, I should say. Delphador can advance, and our Avenger can head over to this village. Meanwhile, let's, like I said, recall a merfolk here. So we can grab one of our merfolk units that has is loyal. Actually, we could bring our hoplite back. That would be fantastic. And again, because the hoplite is loyal, it's going to cost us the same regardless, 20 gold, no matter whether it's a level 1, level 2, or level 3 unit. And because this unit is loyal, it won't cost us any upkeep. So let's do that. And that unit can head down this way into the water. Now, it would be good to grab maybe a horseman type unit. So we could either send our Grand Knight or our Paladin. Our Grand Knight is loyal, so that would keep our gold problem from getting worse. Although, again, as we capture these villages, I'm not going to be as worried about that. So let's recall our Grand Knight. And then while we're at it, let's see what else we can do. We definitely want our White Mage to come back and also to get a little more experience and then hopefully level up. So we'll do that. Let's see, what else do we have here? Our Outlaw can come back. And then probably want our Paladin as well. And I know we are running into negative gold currently, but that's fine. We can deal with that. And then you know what? We might as well bring our Sharpshooter back as well. And that's going to do it for our first turn here. So let's end it there. Let's see what Lasar does. Okay, so she's able to recruit mostly lawful units, it looks like. Let's see. Yeah, in fact, all of them are lawful. Okay, so she has access to duelists, longbowmen, pikemen, cavalrymen. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be in pretty tough here. Fencer. Yeah, this is going to be a challenging battle as she's already got access to level 2 units right off the hop. So that's certainly going to make things difficult for us. So again, we're just going to get our merfolk down there into the water. In the meantime, though, I suppose we could maybe send our paladin down to grab this village since we're in the neighborhood. Again, our horseman can get up there quickly. Delphador can grab this village. Yeah, again, that's rapidly fixing our gold income problem, which is great. Again, we just want everybody to kind of head north, I think. I'm thinking what we want to do is probably get up to the bridge to try to control the crossing. That's kind of what I'm thinking is probably the best plan of attack for now. And you know what? I am going to send my paladin up that way as well. There we go. Okay, we've got 127 gold left, so let's recall maybe a handful of additional units. Be nice to bring some of our loyal fighters back here. So we could bring our fighter, our mage, that archer. All three of them would actually be great to have, so let's do that. Although maybe, you know what, maybe before I do that, might be worth bringing back a few more of our level 2 units here. So like our druid and perhaps maybe our hero as well. Actually, the outlaw is going to come in handy. You know what? Having 2 outlaws would be great, because that way we're able to battle more at night with them. And then, yeah, let's bring our mage fighter here. Our archer. And we're pretty low on gold now, so maybe we hold off for a little bit and then recruit some additional units afterwards. I suppose we could recall 1 more, but I'm going to hold off here. Okay, that's going to do it for our turn. I don't want to run too much of a deficit. Like last scenario, we were really in the red for a while. I would definitely like to avoid that. Okay, so now, yes, we can get into the water with our hoplite, which is great. And everybody else can continue advancing. Again, it does look like everyone is sort of converging on the bridge there. So that's what we want to do. We're going to get most of our units up. Let's see, what's the range on this guy? Okay, so he can get across the river. That's okay, though. So I think if we go there, we're out of range. Yeah, that's fine. Again, we just want to make sure we get everybody into the fight as quickly as we can. We'll get our paladin over there to grab this village. Doesn't look like they're really... I guess this unit, the duelist, is kind of moving down this way, so wouldn't be bad to at least have a unit or 2 over here to kind of help out. Meanwhile, our outlaw can move up to reinforce, as can our sharpshooter. Okay, now everybody down here can start moving in as well. So there's our outlaw moving up. Our druid, fighter, our mage, and our archer all advance inward. And I think that's going to about do it for our turn. So we'll end it there. Now let's see kind of what happens next here. So it looks like they're going to, yeah, they're really going to push for that middle bridge, which is kind of what we expected. So what I'd like to try to do is set up a bit of a choke point there if I can. The only trick is now with these cavalry that have made it across, it's going to get a little harder. So I think I'm going to have to try to keep them in the water if at all possible. And it is turning into nighttime, which is going to benefit my outlaws and disadvantage all of Lasar's units here, who are all loyal. Now, granted, most of my units are loyal, but my elven units are actually neutral, meaning they don't benefit during the day or the night, so they're going to have a benefit as well. So, actually, I think we're in kind of good shape here. And yeah, it looks like they're not going to... They're not pushing down here, so you know what? We might as well just grab their villages while we can. Meanwhile, everybody else can move up, and we can actually start attacking if we really want. So you know what? Let's do that. Okay, we can step up and do some magic attacks here. We could also step up with Delphidor and, I mean, try for the kill even wouldn't be so bad. But let's at least do a bit of damage first with our Lord. Okay, that's fine. I don't want to necessarily just get the kill right out with Delphidor, but because I don't want him to just, you know, hoard all the experience. But I do kind of want to just clean out this unit so we can get more of a fighting line going. Okay, there we go. And then you know what? We can actually move up here and grab this village. I'm just looking. So where can they... Yeah, they can get across pretty easily. What if we park there? Does that limit... Oh, no, it doesn't. Wow, they really have a lot of mobility. Oh, and that's because they have Skirmisher. Right, so Skirmisher means that they can move past zones of control. Shoot. Yeah, these Duelist and Fencer units are going to be really difficult because they have that ability to move past the zones of control. That's something we have to just remember. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move up with my cavalry and grab the village. Everybody else is just going to keep trucking through the forest here. Try to get up to the front lines here to get into battle. Druid can do the same thing. Everybody else can head up this way. Meanwhile, over here, we can use a few units to kind of try and swoop up. We can also bring this group over to kind of reinforce as well if necessary. Our hoplite can just start grabbing villages. All right. I think that's going to about do it for this turn. Again, we now have a little bit of a positive gold income, so I'll let that pile up a bit, and then we can recruit an additional unit if necessary, or recall another unit. Okay, there goes that, yeah, that fencer. Duelist, I get. Oh, God, he's just beating the crap out of Delphidor. Ouch. That kind of hurt. Ooh, that magic attack. That's not fun. Thankfully, we did quite a bit of damage in return, though. Oh, nice. He's in the water. That's good for us. Oh, a lot of damage. That wasn't fun. Thankfully, though, our Outlaw did a great job of kind of tanking the damage, holding ground there. That worked out pretty well. And now it's nighttime, which is going to benefit our Outlaws here. So that's great. Okay. Now let's take a look at what we've got going on. So Delphidor took some punishment, unfortunately. This Duelist is pretty good at dodging, I think. So we're probably going to have to use magic here mostly. We want to make sure Delphidor doesn't die, obviously, because he is a critical unit that has to survive. So let's see. What can we do here? Kind of got to... be nice if we could plug off the land here a bit. You know what? We could use our Paladin to do that. Kind of move up like that. Let's see. Can these guys get across the river? No, they can't. Okay, that's fine. So what we could do is go right here. That's going to kind of limit where they can go. Unfortunately, this pikeman's going to do a lot of damage to my Paladin, which didn't really think that through fully, but that's all right. Now, the archer can go here. I'm a little concerned about the pikeman doing some hefty damage, but I think that'll be okay because the pikeman will be in the water, which at least will put me in a more advantageous position. Okay, so then, you know what? The white mage can step up and get the kill, or close to the kill on this guy. Not quite the finish. That's kind of annoying. I want to get the kill so I can get this unit to be promoted. And I don't think it'll level up without the kill, so I do need to try and get the finish there if I can. This guy needs to die, though. This guy is causing problems, this level 2 duelist. So ideally, what I'd like to do is have Delphidor hit him. But I don't want Delphidor to be standing there in the open, still able to take punishment. So ideally, I'd like to put Delphidor on the village if I could, but I need my knight. I think we need to kill off this fencer. That needs to happen. So let's see. Can someone else maybe kill the fencer? Yeah, we could do it with the sharpshooter. What about our... not really great odds to hit there. Yeah, I'm actually thinking the sharpshooter might be the right choice. Okay, that's great. And then... now we just have to deal with the duelist, so... one thing I suppose we could do, the white mage could move over. Still not going to get the kill, though. What are our odds here hitting this guy? Not great, and he has really good odds to hit us, so that's not good. I suppose our lord could step over and finish off this mage. Don't mind that at all. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. Let's do that. Nice, there's the kill. Excellent, some additional experience for our lord. Now, he is in a bit of a dangerous position, but I think he'll be fine. He's got a pretty good amount of health, and we've got healers moving in to reinforce. So the big thing now is just dealing with this duelist. And our other outlaw could actually probably take this guy's spot once we are able to... we just have to finish this guy off. So, you know what? Let's see. Maybe we can just get the kill on him like this. Just hope we don't take that crossbow shot. Oh, ouch, we did. Okay, that's fine. So, Delphidor now, we just have to make sure we keep him safe by, you know... and there aren't any other... yeah, these fencer duelist guys are over here. So nobody else has skirmisher and can move past. So we should be able to just kind of line up along the river here and be all right that way. So I think maybe what I'll do is I will back off there and then step up with our outlaw like this. And now we just have to kind of reinforce the line a little bit. So I think what I'm going to do is use my Morning Star here a bit. Nice. Nice. Okay. You know what? We have a chance here. We could try and get the kill. What are our odds? Oh, an 81% chance to get the kill. That's pretty good. What about down here? Only 34. So you know what? Let's try it. Nice. There we go. And there's the promotion. Excellent. So now we have a Mage of Light. And you can see the Mage of Light actually has Illuminate, which means that this unit illuminates the surrounding area, making lawful units fight better and chaotic units fight worse. Any units adjacent to this unit will fight as if it were dusk when it is night, and as if it were day when it is dusk. Now, I don't know for sure if this applies to... Oh, see, unfortunately, this hurts my chaotic units. That's a bit of a shame. But it does benefit my lawful units that I put next to the Mage of Light. So I can't complain too much. And this outlaw can step down. Because right now you can see this one has plus 25. This one is 0 because technically it's first watch, but it's like daytime because of being next to the... Or at least like kind of dawn. So I'm going to step down there. Get some healing from the Mage of Light. The Druid, on the other hand, can step up like this and provide some healing to Delphador. Okay, so then I just have to decide how best to kind of reinforce the shores here. What I might do is move my Grand Knight right here. Even though we might take some pikeman hits, that would at least kind of lock down the water's edge a little bit better. And then our other units can move up as well. There we go. Now the big question, what to do with this guy. I wouldn't mind getting in there and fighting them a bit. So we could grab this village, perhaps. And the only problem is I could get ganged up on by the longbowmen and both of these units, which could get kind of nasty. That said, the Avenger is pretty tough, so not all that worried. I suppose I could go here, maybe, into the woods, where I have the highest defense. So maybe let's do that. And we're invisible there as well. We have enough gold to recruit or to recall somebody, but I'm going to hold off on that for now. Meanwhile, this guy down here can just keep grabbing these villages kind of bit by bit. Oh, and I forgot about sending somebody up to grab these ones. You know what? Maybe what we do is we just recruit or recall a cavalry unit. Yeah, none of our horsemen have a ton of experience at this point, so maybe just to save money, we... yeah, let's just recruit one. We can grab ourselves an Elvish scout. And we'll send him north to grab those extra villages. I kind of forgot about that, to be perfectly honest. Alright, we'll end it there and see what happens. Excuse me. Nice, we ambushed that guy. Nice, look at that, our cavalry doing huge damage. Took some beatings, though. Ouch. Ooh, that pikeman really beat us up good there. Nice, some good healing going on. That's really helpful. And then, yeah, we'll send this guy straight north here. We want him to go and grab those villages. Okay, so this guy managed to ambush this duelist. What kind of damage can we do here? Actually, really good chance with our bow to do some heavy damage. And really low odds for him to hit us. So let's try that. Oh, yeah, look at that. We just demolished this guy. That's excellent. Okay, now we've got some units in the water. It'd be great to take advantage of that and try to, you know, whittle them down as much as we can here. Let's try our lance attack here. Nice. Nice. Oh, and you know what? That's perfect. Now we can just get the kill with our archer here and try to get the level up. Or at least get very close to it. Perfect. Oh, fantastic. Okay, this is great. So now we get to choose either the ranger or the marksman. And again, the ranger is a bit more of a jack of all trades and does have ambush versus the marksman who has marksman, which when used offensively is pretty nasty. We've gotten to see that in action. It basically means you always have at least a 60% chance to hit with your bow. That said, I think I'm going to go with the ranger just because I like the versatility, especially the increased melee capability. So I'm going to go with the ranger. Okay, and then now this horseman needs to die, and we might be able to get the kill with our warrior here, actually. That wouldn't be so bad. Our Or a fighter, I should say, or elvish fighter. Okay, now we have to deal with this pikeman who is on the bridge and this pikeman in the water. That said, we might be able to just get the kill or very close to it with our white mage, and we actually can get pretty close. We might be able to then just get the finish with somebody else. So maybe what we do is we do that. Let's light beam it up. Nice. Nice. Perfect. Okay. Now this guy's only got 6 health left. That's great. We can deal with that. So what I'm thinking is we move our lord down and finish him off. Meanwhile, this guy can head back to the village. So we'll go like this and get the finish with Fairy Fire. Perfect. There's some more experience. And then what we'll do is we'll send our sharpshooter up and just light up this pikeman for some damage here, I think. So let's use our longbow attacks. Wow, that didn't go as well as I was hoping, but we did do some damage at least. Okay, that worked out pretty well, all things considered. And then now we just have to deal with this horse that's in the water. So I think what I'm going to do is pull back slightly, step up, and go for it. I have to hit twice with my bow. 89% chance versus 81. So yeah, we're going to use the bow. Perfect. And there's the kill. Very close to a level up now. One more kill and we should definitely get it. So that's great. And our mage can also move up to try to help. We want to get some more experience with our mage as well. Yeah, over here we're fine. So then it's just we have our druid. Actually, it would have been nice to maybe get a slow on this guy with the druid if we could have, but I think we're fine. You know what we might do is step up like this and then put the druid right there, and that way we're healing Delphidor. The outlaw is getting healing from the... Actually, you know what? Might be better to put our druid where the outlaw is currently standing, now that I think about it. Yeah, you know what? I like that better. So let's go like that, and then we'll move maybe the outlaw down here. Even though he's kind of getting screwed over by the light here, that's actually hurting him a little bit. But that's fine. I think this is good, because now we've got healing on our sharpshooter and our lord. We're covered, you know, every which way. And I think otherwise we've done pretty much all we needed. We're leaving Konrad. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Yeah, let's grab the village. Otherwise, yeah, Delphidor can move. So, you know what? We could even send him back to go and grab these villages. But I think we'll just leave him where he is to keep healing and provide support. Okay, wow, we're just recruiting more units. I guess that makes sense. A lot of money there. Okay, our sharpshooter doing a good job, but getting beat up. Oh, no. Yikes, that was kind of rough. Okay, and they are crossing the river there, so we're going to have to divert some of our troops down to deal with the kind of southern edge here of what's going on. Meanwhile, this guy can just head up and go for those additional villages, as I had mentioned. But yeah, these troopers, I think, are going to have to move down to deal with that. What we can do, though, is go and try and deal with this guy who's in the water with our bow. And let's try and get the kill. Perfect. There it is. All right, that's one less hooligan over here we have to deal with. So what I'm thinking is we send our paladin down, perhaps. Because this guy's going to make a beeline probably for our base and try to capture more of our villages. We can send our new ranger down to fight. We can even move across and capture. But yeah, let's figure out this situation up here. We've got a pretty tough situation to deal with up north, actually. So here's what I'm thinking. We go into the woods with the druid, like this. Maybe right here, and then we throw on try and go for an ensnare, perhaps. We'll be a little bit at risk to this javelineer, though. That's the only thing. So maybe we sit here, but then, you know, we could move our other units in. I do kind of like the woods. Yeah, you know what? Let's go here. It's going to be a bit of a risk, but we'll try for the ensnare. Nice. Okay, we got it. That's what we needed. And now, you know what? We can either... we could use Delphidor, actually, here to try and get the kill. That's probably going to have to be what we do. I think that's going to just make things easier for us, so let's do it. Okay, perfect. And then we need to kill this guy on the bridge. So let's see if maybe we can make that happen. We could put our outlaw over here on the village, actually, not the worst spot. Soften him up a little bit. Okay, nice. That worked out. And then what kind of damage do we do? We'd only do 18 if we landed all 3, which isn't ideal. That said, you know what we could do is... Can he get... Yeah, this warrior can get up here. So if we can soften him up, we could step the warrior in and go for the kill. Maybe what we do is we take our... we're going to need to park somebody here to kind of defend a little bit. You know what? Actually, this is a good spot for our knight. Who's got a lot of health. And you know what? We can go for the lance kill on this guy. We might take some damage in return, but we've got really good odds of dishing out some heavy punishment, which I like. That said, we could just do the sword attacks as well. Odds are we're going to have about 52 to 46 health versus this way. Actually, really good odds of having higher health because we have a better chance of getting the kill, I guess. So... you know what? Let's try the lance kill. Let's see if we can do it. Nice. Oh, that's perfect. We didn't even take any damage. Excellent. That was the best outcome we could have hoped for there. Okay, so now what we're going to do, we're going to take our Elvish Lord. We're going to do some Fairy Fire. Shoot, okay, they didn't all land, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, and he's not quite as weak as I wanted him to be. So, Now the question is, you know, okay, here's what we can do. We can step off with our sharpshooter and move this guy here. We'll go there. We'll go like this, and we'll use our sling. Nice. Okay, we got one hit at least. Now in the water, we can try and get the sword hit and get the kill that way. And if we get it, then we'll level up. But now, the only problem is we'll be standing in the water, which kind of sucks. But I don't think we're really at risk of anybody. So, you know, I think it's worth doing. Let's do it. Just have to hit once. Perfect. Nice. Okay, and here's the level up. So we can either get a captain who has leadership, a little bit less offensive capability, but leadership could come in handy, and then hero. But I think I'm going to grab another hero, actually. I just really like the pure sort of offensive build rather than a little bit more of a support build. So I'm going to go for the Elvish hero. That's perfect. And it's a loyal Elvish hero, which is even better. Okay, so now down here again. Our Paladin... I think our Paladin, we're just going to head down this way. Kind of try to play a bit of defense there. Meanwhile, our Ranger might as well jump across and grab the village. Now, our Hoplite here can head south and go for this village. Then the Mage can step up. Now, we also have our White Mage who can still do some work. Maybe what we do is we park our White Mage on the bridge there just to provide some healing support kind of to everybody around the... Yeah, I actually don't mind that at all. And if we do get attacked, I mean, the White Mage is a little bit tankier, so I think we'll be okay. And then the Mage can step up and just kind of be in there for support. Yeah, and we still we don't have a lot of gold right now, but we have we're working on the income, so we will end it there. Yeah, that little punk's going for our villages, of course. Nice, my Avenger doing work. Oh my god, that hit so hard. Of course, it's daytime, so those lawful units are doing extra damage. Yikes. Okay. This little guy needs to die, that's for sure. So let's see if we can get in there and do our lance. We just have to hit one time, so let's try it. Shoot. Oh, ouch. Oh my god. We just took a devastating amount of damage. That was brutal. Man, we may end up losing our Paladin now. Wow. Maybe I should have read the fine print on those attacks. That was awful. Well, is what it is. I mean, again, when you're charging, you're going to take more damage conversely, you know, in return as well. So I guess just something I have to remember. Yikes, that was very unpleasant, to say the least. Okay, we'll grab that village. All right, we're in pretty good shape in the middle, though, which is really good for us. Meanwhile, over here, you know what? We can step up to this village. Actually, better idea. We can move this ranger over to the village and do some work. Be nice to get the kill with our ranger to keep getting him additional experience. But I just don't think we have quite enough to get the kill here. Like, the odds of it are very low. Yeah, only a 13% chance. So it'd be nice to soften him up a little bit. Problem is, pretty good chance we'll just get the kill outright with the Avenger. So you know what I'll do is I'll step down and at least do some damage. Low odds, we'd have to hit every time to get the kill, that is. Oh, and wow, that actually kind of whiffed quite a bit. Now we can just try and get the kill with our bow. We just have to hit twice. Yeah, there we go. Yikes, yeah, I can't believe how much damage we took there. That was really unpleasant. We can grab that village. Okay, back up here. So this Javelineer needs to die. So does this Pikeman. Now the Pikeman, I think, between all our magic attacks, we'll be able to whittle him down pretty easily. So if we jump across the river here, oh yeah, like look at that. We can light beam him into oblivion. Follow that up with some fairy fire. And then also our mage here can also jump in on the attacks. So let's go like this. We'll use our light beam. Nice. Okay, great. We did good damage there. And then what I'm going to do is step my lord across and go for some fairy fire. Nice, and all of them landed. That's perfect. Step off briefly. Actually, this unit might need to retreat back just because we're in kind of rough shape. You know what? Let's head down to this village, actually. That'll give us a good chance to heal. And then what we'll do is we'll step our mage over and go for the kill with our mage. Perfect. There it is. Nice, and that was enough to level us up. Okay, now we have, again, we have the option to go for a white mage or for a red mage who is more damage focused but doesn't have the healing capability. And honestly, I think since we already have a couple of white mages, it might be nice to actually just have more of a damage focused mage here. More like Delphador rather than another white mage. So I think in this instance, I'm actually going to go for the red mage here. Yeah, that's exciting. Oh, I'm really glad we have a loyal red mage now. Okay, so our hero can also get across the river. We do want to deal with this Javelineer quick before we do anything else. One thing we could do is go for the lightning, but boy, that's a lot of damage we could take in return. We're unlikely to get the kill, but at least we would soften him up really good. What about melee? What's his melee capability? Pretty good. This is actually a fairly decent unit, all things considered. I kind of like using Delphador like this, though, so let's do it. Ouch. Oh my god, yeah, we took a lot of damage. But thankfully now this unit is, you know, very close to death. And I think between all of our units now, we should at least be able to put the hurt on him and hopefully finish him off. So maybe our outlaw could step up and try for the kill. Could go for a Thorns hit here. Although we'd have to land all three to get the kill, which is not ideal. What about here? What kind of damage do we do? We'd have to hit twice. Oof, yikes, and we could take a lot of punishment in return. Man, that's kind of a yucky situation. Okay, you know what? I'm going to send my sharpshooter back to this village just to keep healing. Meanwhile, the druid can probably move in to back up everybody else. And then what I'm going to do is move my outlaw in like this and do some sling attacks. Shoot, okay, and we took a hit and we didn't get the kill, which is kind of sad. All right, so our knight is going to cross the river like this, and our hero is going to step up and try and get the kill via a sword attack, I think. Yeah, because we only have to hit once. Perfect. There we go. More experience for our hero. That's excellent. All right, so now how else are we doing? Don't have enough money to recruit anybody else, really. So I think we're just going to kind of hold steady right where we are. Let's see what happens when we flip the turnover. Oh, that little guy's going right for Konrad. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. And like I said, it's a good thing we have Konrad at level 2 now. He's a little bit more able to kind of fend for himself. Nice. Our outlaw did a great job of dodging those hits as well. That's fantastic. Okay. This fencer needs to die. Now, we could recruit a unit. Konrad can also get out there and fight this little guy. We can try for some bow attacks, I suppose. The paladin can move in. Now, I think part of the reason that this is so deadly is because if we take a look at... let's just see here. We go to our paladin and look. So we have a piercing damage weakness, of course, because we're a mounted unit. And I believe that the... Oh, it's considered a blade. Okay, I actually thought this was maybe considered a piercing damage, but still, though. Pretty nasty little hits from these guys. You have to be really careful with them, especially when you're charging, because that just magnifies the damage. All right, so let's recall somebody here. This initiate's pretty close to leveling up. That could be worth just having for... just looking to see who else is close. This fighter's very close. Again, getting our merfolk leveled up is, you know, kind of situational. Like, they're great to have, but they aren't useful necessarily in every single scenario. This fighter has got a bit of experience. We could also bring our hero or this white mage back. And actually having the white mage would be nice. We can try and use our light beam attack if necessary. So you know what? I'm going to recall the white mage. And then I'm going to step up with Konrad, perhaps, and try and do some work here with my bow. Man, yeah, he's got a really good chance to dodge, of course. You know what? I have to be careful with my paladin now because we've taken some nasty damage. I mean, again, we could try for the lance, but there's a small chance we'll die and only a 64% chance we get the kill on this guy. So we have to hit once. He's not going to be able to kill either of my units, so he doesn't have enough damage to do it. I think we're fine. I think what we'll do with the paladin is just sit there and try and heal. Just annoying. And maybe bringing Konrad out of the base wasn't the best idea because now he's got lower defense. But honestly, I think it's fine. Hoplite can just start moving over to this village. Maybe I should have used one of my merfolk that had more movement, actually, now that I've kind of thought that through. But that's okay. Now, up here, so we've really done a good job of clearing out the bridge, which is great. This has kind of opened things up for me. So the white mage can advance pretty aggressively here. And we'll follow up with the rest of our troops here, I think. Kind of get everybody over the river. Yeah, we can go there. The Elfador can even head up and try and grab this village for some healing. Our sharpshooter needs to get across the bridge. Our red mage now can advance. Our Elvish Lord can do the same thing. We do want to deal with this cavalryman down here. I think between our ranger and our outlaw, we should be okay. Let's see, we can do some bow attacks. Soften them up a little bit. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. And then follow that up with some sling attacks here. Not bad, not bad. Fortunately, we didn't quite get the kill, but did soften them up. You know what? We could come down and just try and get the kill with the knight. I mean, I hate using my level 3 units to do that, but I do kind of want to finish them off. I suppose I could also use this unit, my Avenger. That said, I kind of want to grab this village with the Avenger, so I'm going to do that. And then I am going to bring the knight down and see if I can get the finish with my sword, perhaps. Oh, you know what? Okay, he's got almost no health, but now I can maybe try and get the kill with one of my level 2 units next turn, depending on who he attacks, I guess. Whichever unit he attacks is probably going to finish him off, but that's okay. Oh, and I forgot about this guy. He can keep going up to grab these additional villages up north. Okay, we're going to end it there. Well, that was a smart move. He got higher defense going into the base like that. Ooh, going for my mage. That was smart. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to blast this guy. Actually, before I do that, let's get Konrad back in the base. Go for some bow attacks. Just for a little more experience for Konrad. And then we can probably just get the kill with our light beam here. Perfect. And there's some more experience for our white mage, which is great. Now our paladin is still trying to heal up. And we also have to be careful. We got some more duelists coming our way. And that was a fencer, which is level 1. Now we have duelists on the way, which is kind of scary. So I'm going to try and tie one of them up here by going in with my bow. Shoot, we didn't do any damage, but we didn't take any damage, thankfully. All right, and this unit is still here. So let's see. We can get the kill perhaps with our outlaw. Excellent. Yeah, there we go. Very close to leveling up. That's perfect. All right, now this unit is in the open and needs to get blasted. So we can do that here even with our red mage. Really good fireball damage. We can double it up perhaps. Let's see. Maybe we use our Elvish Lord, actually. Some fairy fire here. And then follow that up with some fireballs. Nice. I like that animation for the fireball. That's really cool. Excellent. There's some more experience for our red mage. That's great. Okay. Delphador can grab this village and just keep trying to heal because he's in rough shape. Everybody else, you know what? We're going to grab this village up here. Kind of tempted to send my ranger down to try to help out with what's going on down here. So I'm going to do that. Sharpshooter can move across. We have to be kind of careful. We don't want to overextend ourselves or anything like that. But I'm feeling pretty confident at this point. I'm in really good shape here. So I think what I'm going to do is kind of just advance up like this. Use the white mage to kind of reinforce my troops. Druid as well can kind of... You know what, we'll hang out on the... you know what, here, you know, we could go like this. And like this. I don't mind that at all. That's fine. And that way, if they decide to move up to fight me, I've got healing and I've got my outlaw in the woods where he's got higher defense. Okay, let's just see what else we got. Oh, and this guy can grab more villages, of course. We're going to leave our paladin maybe to heal a little bit just because we're also kind of guarding against additional duelists coming to fight us, which is going to be annoying. Meanwhile, this guy can head over to grab another village. All right, I think that's pretty good. I'm going to end it there. Yeah, those duelists are scary. They are tough customers, that's for sure. And with that skirmish, they can kind of just ignore what's going on in terms of like the zones of control. You know, that's a kind of a scary prospect when you think about it. Nice. Our gold income's really, really good right now. This is excellent. You know what? We can move over here and grab that village. Speaking of gold. Now, this guy, what I'd like to do is throw a ensnare on him. I only have 50% chance of landing, but let's see if we can do it. Ah, shoot. Doesn't always land. When it does, it's great, but it doesn't always. And then, you know what? Let's see. Red mage is still a little bit beat up, so maybe we hold off for a bit on... Oh, you know what we could do is step around behind like this and go for some sling damage here. The princess, we definitely want to get in there and start going after the princess pretty soon. Let's see, we can maybe try and eliminate this guy first. There we go. Okay. White mage can get in there and put some hurt on him. Actually, here, our Elvish Lord can get in there with some fairy fire, which is going to help us out. Nice. Okay, a couple of hits there. That's great. Red mage can grab the village for the extra healing. And then our white mage can step over, do some light beams, and if all three land, the swordsman will be toast. And then it's just a matter of kind of protecting our white mage a little bit. You know what? Let's do that. I have to be careful, though, because if it... Oh, shoot. Oh, my goodness. That really did not go well. So now my white mage is actually in a bit of trouble from this guy because he can do a lot of damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to guard my white mage a little bit from additional attacks by going like this with my cavalry and with my hero, just as a way to try to mitigate some of that damage that's potentially going to come my way. Yeah, that was a bit of a gamble, actually, and maybe a kind of foolish gamble when I think about it. Okay, so let's see. We can step down and actually engage this guy in battle. That crossbow could hit us for some damage, which wouldn't be fun. Meanwhile, we can grab this village, so let's do that. And our paladin is still fine there. You know what? Let's just go across the river and get into the woods. Meanwhile, this outlaw still could use a little more health, so let's go like this and grab the village for some healing. We're going to leave the paladin on the village just for that healing, like I said. And the white mage and Konrad can continue to hang out where they are, I think. Okay. I think that's going to about do it. Delphador still needs a little more health, so he'll just stay where he is. But otherwise, I think we're looking pretty solid, so we're going to end it there. Oh, man, just keeps recruiting those horsemen. Okay, the paladin's going to need backup, that's for sure. May need to just retreat back. Okay, we're taking some attacks. Ooh, ouch. Oh, no. Oh, we lost our outlaw. That sucks. Oh, man. Dang it. Yeah, that's a real shame. I mean, again, we were trying to kill off that this swordsman, and of course we couldn't get the kill. That led to my outlaw. I really thought being in the woods there, we'd have high enough defense to avoid that, but that's the risk you take, I guess. Thankfully, it was just one unit. It's not the end of the world, but it is frustrating. But that said, we're just going to keep going. So now the thing is, who do we get the kill with? I'm thinking we get the kill with our lord. So let's step over and blast. Oh, and we actually didn't. Okay, so we missed, which complicates things slightly. So now maybe our hero could move in and get the finish. Okay, great. There we go. I was going to say, oh, is he going to miss all his attacks too? But thankfully, he got him. So now we should probably get in there and just start going after the princess. I mean, we could even use our knight to just go in and go for the lance hits here. Oh, but she does a lot of damage, actually. We have to be really careful. Delphador is going to come in handy here, I think. So maybe what we do is we move our red mage in a little bit like this. Meanwhile, Delphador can advance like that to grab that village. Our horsemen can actually come assist us as well. So now let's deal with this guy. So what I'm thinking is, one thing we could do actually is use our druid down here like this to try for an ensnare. Kind of low odds, right, to land it. But if we do, then we could try this charge with way less worry. But since we're up here, let's just do this ensnare on this. Perfect. Okay, that's great. And now we can just wail on this guy. So step up and get the kill probably, or very close to the kill with our sharpshooter. We could use our Mage of Light to do that. Or at least do quite a lot of damage here. Yeah, the only units we have left that are going to get the kill are going to be our tier 3s. So let's go like this. See if we can do it with our longbow. Okay, great. That clears things up for us. And then our Mage of Light can get in there, but we do have to be a little bit careful. You know what? Let's just play it a little bit safe here. Ooh, we want to make sure we don't leave our white mage out to dry, or our red mage, I should say, out to dry. So you know what? Let's kind of protect him a little bit. Yeah, at least now the only one that can hit him is the cavalryman. Okay, now down here we got to deal with this situation. So we can try and jump this guy from the woods a little bit. So let's do that. Oh, we took that hit. Dang it. I was hoping that crossbow wouldn't land. Fortunately, it did. Okay, there we go. Our outlaw can move on down as well. Try for some Morning Star or Sling. I think we go for the Sling hits, actually. Just hope we dodge our... Ah, and of course we took the crossbow shot. And then you know what? We can step up and try for the sword kill, perhaps. Ooh, we have to be careful, though. We might take some extra damage. But let's see. We might land it. Oh, come on. That sucks. Okay, well... again, not the end of the world, just kind of unfortunate. We'll step back. Yeah, okay, we're out of range of this guy, at least. I think our paladin might be in a bit of a tricky spot, but we will manage. Okay, let's just double check. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. We'll grab that village. And then we're going to end the turn there. Yeah, and they're going to try and capture our villages, which makes sense. Okay, she's just going to keep recruiting horsemen every turn, I think. So we're going to have to... Yeah, going after my red mage. We're going to have to get in there and shut this down. First things first, let's see if maybe we can get the kill with our sling and maybe get a level up here. Just have to hit once. Yes, there it is. Okay, perfect. Nice. Now we have a fugitive. So has concealment. This unit can hide in villages with the exception of water villages and remain undetected by its enemies except by those standing next to it. Okay, nice. So enemy units cannot see this unit well. It is in a village except if they have units next to it. An enemy unit that first discovers this unit immediately loses all its remaining movement. So it's very similar to the ambush ability that our Avenger and Ranger have. So that's really good, really helpful for us, actually. Step out. Ooh, you know what? Actually, this guy's kind of scary, so maybe we need to be a little more careful. I'm gonna grab the village with that guy. Our Avenger can just maybe come charging out. We might need the help at the base, honestly. One thing I suppose we could do is just want to make sure that we're not going to lose anybody. So he can do 6x5, so he could do 30 damage potentially maximum. We have enough health we can tank that, so I think we're fine. This guy can start moving north. All right, we're going to ignore that for now. Let's go back up here. So, you know, we could actually probably bring this to a close if we really wanted. I'm going to probably try to do that. So, first things first, though, let's just get some experience. Do a bit of damage, yeah. Our red mage can even step in and do some fireballs here. So what I'm thinking is, Druid can step over, go for an ensnare on the princess, and then we can bring everybody down to try and fight the princess as much as possible. So, first things first, though. Go for the snare, go for the slow. Kind of low odds, but we can try it. Nice, and we got it. Okay, that's going to make things a lot easier, as it always does. So, now we just want to kill off this guy, maybe. Honestly, we don't even really need to. We can probably go for this guy first. So let's just do our fireballs here. Okay, great. Now, Delphador can't quite make it over, which is too bad. Our Elvish Lord can get down there, though, and put the hurt on the princess, or try and maybe get the kill on this cavalryman. Yeah, we've got plenty of units who can try and get the kill on the princess, so I'm not too concerned about that. So let's see if maybe we can finish off this cavalryman. Perfect. There we go. More experience for him. That's great. And sadly, we don't have any other units in here that can get the kill on this guy and really benefit from it. Everybody else is pretty much level 3. I mean, I suppose this guy could. But we might want to try and get the kill on Lasar with him, with the hero. Oh, and you know what? I don't even think we can do enough. Yeah, we can't do enough damage with him anyway. We have to land all of our hits to get the kill, and that's pretty low odds, so... Although, I suppose we could step up with Delphador and try and hit him with our staff a little bit just to weaken him. And then go in and try and get the kill with the hero. But might be even better to just try and get the kill on Lasar. Well, anyway, let's see if we can farm any more experience down here before we do anything else. So, you know what? We're going to step out. We're going to go for some crossbow shots here. Actually, let's go for some light beams first. Ouch. Boy, you know what? This is actually taking a big risk, because if we don't kill Lasar, this is going to be a big problem for us here. Ouch. Yeah, this is, I just put myself in a risky spot, so now I have to kill Lasar. Okay, well, we won't mess around then. We will bring the pain here. So let's get in. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm worrying about nothing. We're gonna get the kill. It'll be fine. I can afford to be a little bit of a goof here. So step over, do some bashing of our opponent here, and then you know what? Our hero can step over and try and get the kill with the sword, I think. Actually, the bow might even be a better option. 64% chance, 47. Yeah, we'll try with the bow. Excellent. There we go. That was great for our hero getting that much closer to leveling up. Okay, now it's just a matter of killing off the princess. And again, we have all the units here that can do it. So I'm going to start with the sharpshooter, I think. Oh, wow. Okay, we really missed a lot of those. White mage can step down, or the mage of light, I should say. There's one, there's two. I surrender. Don't hurt me, imposter. I said before, I'm not an imposter, but if you yield, I will spare your life. Let me go. Think about the story of the old king. Ask somebody who knew of him. The old king? I have heard about that, but I know it is not true. My mother told me. Your mother has lied to you, child. Now I suggest you reconsider and either join us or flee as an exile. There will be a great battle soon, and if you are on the wrong side of it, we may not have the opportunity to spare your life a second time. I am not a child, and I do not want to talk about it. You said you would spare me, so be on your way. The northern road should be safe for you. Good day to you, then. Come, men, to the northern road. Ha! Little do they know just how many undead have wandered the northern road of late. Surely they are doomed. Well, there you have it. We achieved victory, and we did it pretty quickly, actually, all things considered. It only took us 12 turns, or 13 turns, I should say, out of the 25. So you can see here that we had 90 gold remaining. We finished 12 turns early. Early finish bonus is 28 per turn, so we had a total bonus of 336, which is pretty solid, for a total amount of gold of 426, and we're carrying 40% of that forward. So we're going to start our next scenario with 170 bonus gold, which, hey, that's not too shabby. I'm not going to complain about that at all. So that's going to do it for scenario number 8. You can see here that we've been introduced to Lasar, who I imagine she's going to be a recurring character as we've let her live, which, may or may not be the right decision, I guess, moving forward. But she also has a claim to the throne, obviously. And we're going to head to that northern road, and it sounds like we're going to fight some undead. So thankfully now we have our red mage who does fire damage, which is going to help us. We have our mage of light, who is extremely useful. And then we, of course, also have our other white mage, who is getting closer to becoming a mage of light herself. So I think we're going to have plenty of troops to help deal with the undead, and we should be in good shape. So what I'm going to do here is save it. And as always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.